I mean, obviously, I didn't see what had happened, and there's an altercation between Caleb and number 10. Obviously, Caleb reacted. Sounds like he got headbutted. I mean, I haven't seen the video, so I don't know one way or another what to say on the event. And obviously, it's disappointing. Probably on all sides. And we want to be a program that when the tough things happen, we want to respond with class and I don't know if we did or didn't. But just a tough moment in an emotional game, and I got a lot of respect for Bobby in Arizona State, and his guys played their asses off today. I mean, they had some great shots, and and it was a back and forth game, and we kind of were just able to make a run at the right time.
Is this the most heated game you've had with them?
I don't know. I mean, I can't remember. You know what I mean? Like it was great. It was fun. It's a fun environment, and you wish everybody could kind of experience it when you're sitting in that frying pan a little bit. But like I said, we like playing these guys because it's fun and it's great for the state of Arizona.
When you have a game like this where you're not shooting well, to have 9 blocks, 8 steals, and then only miss 1 free throw at the line, how important is it?
Well, I haven't seen the stats, but obviously those are great hustle stats. And obviously you want to be efficient at the free throw line. I thought, we did a better job in the second half of just, we didn't obviously start good, but I think we pinned a few fouls on them and we were able to kind of get in the bonus a little bit earlier. I don't know if that, got us as many free throws as I hoped it would have, because we wanted to keep attacking off the dribble. But hey, these games get physical and it's tough for refs to make every call.
The last 10 minutes, you guys defensively stepped it up. Pressure got them, going. You had a lot of points. Just talk about that defense.
Yeah, I mean, we I think we're a good pressing team, and just the thing with pressing at this level is, you almost got to pick and choose your spots because the other team's good, and they're probably good at breaking presses. And we got in it today, and it looked good, and so I think we were able to create like 2 or 3 turnovers off of it, and that really kind of helped kind of flip the momentum and kind of I think it caught us back up, and which allowed us to kind of make the next run to get a small lead and kind of ride it out.
We called that early timeout and put Henry in, and he had a tremendous second half. Just how important was it for him?
I mean, he's done that a number of times. He's responded. I told Henry it's okay to play like that in the first half. You can do that too, but it just seems like in the second half he kind of figures out the game a little bit, and he's kind of able to make plays with his length and his skill. And I thought he did a great job tonight.
What do you make of Caleb just following up after Iowa State and playing another great game?
I mean, it's great. I mean, we all know Caleb's a good player. I know he's not going to probably play like that every single day, but when he does play like that, it doesn't surprise me.
Can you now say that you were maybe even a little concerned after the emotional?
I mean, I wasn't concerned, but that doesn't mean it's not a factor. I thought we had a couple good days of preparation. I thought our guys were locked in. I think they're in a good way right now, and I felt like we had a good opportunity to come out here and get a win if we played the way I hope we would.
Talk about the impact that KJ's had defensively.
I mean, KJ's a monster. He's a monster. I mean, he's really kind of embraced that role of being a defensive stopper, and he's special. He's special. The things he can do on the defensive end of the floor, and I don't know if it's appreciated enough. But I know how much I value it, and he really changes the game when he's out there, defensively.
What about emphasis with rebounding tonight and just that?
Well, we always try to emphasize rebounding. We always try to emphasize rebounding. We knew there were going to be a lot of shots today. A lot of threes taken by them, we thought, so we were trying to hope we could chase down some of those longer rebounds. And then, for us, we really want to make a concerted effort to get the offensive glass, especially if we were going to get penetration. We felt like they were going to come over and try to block our shots. So, we wanted to make sure we had guys available on that weak side glass, in case we missed when the shot was contested.
Carter had a couple fouls that put him on the bench a little bit more maybe than you wanted, but his defense particularly.
His hands were great. Carter's he's a young player still learning. I think sorry guys. I think he controls some of those fouls more than he probably knows, and he probably just got to be a little smarter, a little more disciplined. But hopefully that comes with some experience.
Does this one feel extra chippy just because it was a rivalry game? You think?
I don't know if you just said anything profound there, but yeah, probably. I think these games are going to be high emotion games, and I think what's interesting is, you probably look at these rosters, the percentage of players that are probably from the state is probably not very high, but you still feel the effort and the energy translate, through the fan bases into this game. And listen, I have no issues with Arizona State or State people. A lot of them I'm friends with. It's just, hey, you just chose different paths, and I guess for these 2 hours, people pick sides. But other than that, I'm all for the state of Arizona. All around.
With all you're saying, especially earlier too, Bobby, it sounded like the players left early and there was no handshake line.
Yeah.
Is that,
I mean, listen, that could be a good decision. I mean, if things got chippy, you know what I mean? Like, that could be a good decision. I mean, I'm not going to question their decision to do that. I'm not going to hold it against anybody. You know what I mean? Like, we obviously didn't want anything else to escalate, and I totally understand why that was done.
The value of being able to win in so many different ways this season, there's been games where your offense is carrying your defense, but the value of that, especially this time of the season.
Well, that's basketball. I mean, basketball, there's lots of ways to win a game. There's lots of ways to lose a game. And, I think as the game's playing out in front of you, you just kind of got to, kind of play the hand that's dealt and react accordingly. You wish you had an answer for everything, but it's just not how it goes. So you just kind of got to get a feel for how the game's going and pick and choose your spots as a coach where you think you can make an impact. A lot of it is you kind of step aside and, you trust that, you've coached these guys long enough and you've given them schemes, you've given them concepts to play out of, you've drilled the fundamentals, and they can trust those in pressure moments. I mean, that's real basketball. That's what makes the game so special, is that it's not scripted. You don't call a play every time, and so, a lot of it's on the players to figure out.
one more question. Was the first half technical on JV, was that another one of those gesture things or something? Or
I guess it was, yeah. I mean, I guess it was, and that's not a great decision, I mean, we need to have learned from previous mistakes, and we've talked about that. So, we'll address that, as a team. But, I mean, hey, and I know emotions run high, guys. Basketball, it's an emotional game, filled with a bunch of random events. And, sometimes people make decisions that aren't, that maybe are regretful later, but you just got to keep it moving, and we'll talk about it and try to get better at those.
you had a bunch of those early in the season, but not for a long time.
Yeah, no, exactly. I think we learned, like regression to the mean, I guess is part of the deal.
I'm sorry, just one more thing. I was just worried about Carter, talking about KJ and the defense. Carter seems to spark the defense. Maybe.
Yeah, Carter was great. He got his hand on a bunch of balls and made a bunch of plays, rebounded really well. Yeah, it was a great effort by Carter today.